So this is actually the audio going through the Moza app itself, so I'm just running it through the actual app. Hey guys, this is going to be a super quick review on the Moza Mini S Essential Gimbal. And I'm not going to go through all the details like you normally would find in a review, but I'm going to keep it quick and actually go through some of the problems that I found actually trying to utilize some of the footage. So here we go. Okay, so this is actually the audio going through the Moza app itself, so I'm just running it through the actual app. And hopefully we'll get some of the artifacts of some of the sound problems that I had before. And now I'm going to switch over to the normal video recording that's actually on the Samsung itself, so you can see what that sounds like, and see if that gets rid of any of these artifacts. Okay, now this is the actual volume that's actually coming through the Samsung audio itself, through the phone, through the actual recording app. So it's a little windy out here, so if you hear a little static, that's probably what that's about. But the actual audio, the clicking of the audio problem is that I wanted to point out shouldn't be obvious in this particular video. Hey guys, Keith here, Alien Drones. Thanks for stopping by, always appreciate it. So today I want to talk about one of the problems I found with the Moza Mini S Essential Gimbal setup. And one of the problems I had was with the actual audio. That the audio frequency that it records in was a little different than my post-processing software was really able to take care of. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I found and a couple examples of that. And if you're looking for a full-fledged review, this isn't it. Does the Moza Mini S Essential work? Yes. Does it do a pretty good job stabilizing? Yes. Will you have some issues if you're not careful? I think so with the audio. So that's my review of the Moza. There's plenty of places out there that I could recommend that actually do nice reviews of what every button push is, what every little lever will do, every mode of the software. This is not that type of review. I just want to talk about the audio issues that I had when I was using the device, because I've always said that this channel is about creators helping creators. I want to put out information that's useful, that maybe you can't find everywhere out there. And hopefully if we contribute and help each other out, we'll be a lot better for it. So one of the problems I had was the audio of the Moza Mini S, and it actually is recording in 44 kilohertz, which is kind of, from what I can tell, non-standard nowadays. For my post-processing software, I use Resolve 15, and it expects that for a professional audio, you're going to be recording in 48 kilohertz. So because there's this mismatch of 44 kilohertz and 48 kilohertz of audio, there's going to be some syncing issues. And when you have syncing issues, you get some crackling when you're playing it back. And boy, I really struggled. So I contacted Moza for support and explained this difficulty to them. And they gave me a relatively generic response after weeks of back and forth, which basically said, well, yes, it is what it is. Maybe we'll consider it in the future, maybe not. Not much of a help there. So is one of the drawbacks for $70. The gimbal actually does stabilize your footage very well, but you may have to go and adapt some of your audio. So one of the ways I've found to correct your video is actually take it from the actual audio that comes in at the 44 kilohertz and actually go to some of the free sites that are out there and actually convert it to an MP3. So that MP3 apparently squashes it enough that when you pull in the audio and the audio only, it will be unsynced with your video. However, once you put it back in, the actual audio is not too bad, especially if you're just doing voiceover or voices with a video. It's not too bad. So I did that. That actually did work. Okay, so this is actually the audio going through the Moza app itself. So I'm just running it through the actual app. And hopefully we'll get some of the artifacts of some of the sound problems that I had before. Okay, so this is actually the audio going through the Moza app itself. So I'm just running it through the actual app. And hopefully we'll get some of the artifacts of some of the sound problems that I had before. Another option would be to actually record the audio someplace else. When you're doing your video using the Moza, like you'll notice here, I actually did connect the wireless lav mic to the phone itself when I'm using the actual Moza. And you can do that a different way. You can actually put it into, for instance, I have a Sony a6400. You can actually put the audio into that, take your video with a Moza, and then you can just sync it up later in post. That would be another way, just use a different audio coming in. So hopefully this helps somebody else out there. But it does only happen when you use the Moza app. If you use the regular recording software on your phone, on your device, then it actually will record, from what I can tell, in the 48 kilohertz, which is awesome. So you can actually do that as well. You won't be able to use the app. The app actually does have, from the Moza app does actually have some nice features, like some tracking things and such, that actually are pretty neat. But you know, if you're having a problem with audio and you're just doing some of the generic kind of stabilization of your footage, you won't need those fancy app items anyway, so that won't be a problem for you. But just want to throw it out there. Anyway, hopefully this was useful to you. If it was, always appreciate a like. Lets me know I'm doing something that's of value, and also appreciate to subscribe. So until next time, good flying.